Hello, friendly friends. It's me, Katie Rubin, your friendly neighborhood hair fixer, modern mystic, divine light channel. Lovely to see you. How the hell are you? If you're anything like me, you've been going through some stuff lately, and maybe it wasn't your favorite stuff to go through. I've had several people request another 3-card spread this week, and finally I got around to it, and here we are reading the 3-card spread for you for what's been happening, what's currently happening, and what's coming around the corner. So, as per usual, I open the Akashic records of anyone and everyone in the world who would benefit from this reading first, and then I shuffle the cards while I'm in your record. Shuffle the cards? I'm really sorry. Can I do that on YouTube? Is this a gesture I'm allowed to do for shuffling cards? I shuffle the cards. I don't know. I shuffle the cards while I'm in the Akashic records for anyone that would benefit from this reading at all in the world. And then I wait until I'm told to pull the 3 that are relevant. And this is what we have this week. So the recent past is the Goblins card, which makes a lot of sense to me personally. I'll talk about that in a second. The current moment is the Details card. An interesting card. Not the most festive, fun, happy times card, but it's not a sad, negative, hard, difficult card either. Not that we exist in a binary world where things are either happy or sad, but kinda, sometimes. And then the outcome is the Solitude card. So I'm actually going to start this time by reading what the deck that I love to work with says about these cards, and then I'll give you kind of my channeled interpretation. I'm still sitting in your records, anyone for whom this is relevant right now, so I can receive some nice high vibe info for us all. The recent past is this mother effing Goblins card. God, son of a damn God. Fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. Goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in that experience. Duh. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There, they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice. That's an important point. The goblins, the darkness, mimics your own voice, okay? Tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's, and that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. A goblin's card's appearance is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. The goblin's message is that you must release resentments and negative self-talk. Within you is the spark of the divine. Ask Spirit to help heal you. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of negativity. The way I always hear this card, and it frustrates me, but I eventually surrender into it, is something has occurred in your life in the recent past here that has triggered all of your old triggers. So such that you're starting to believe negative stuff about yourself that is not true. My dog is playing in the background. You're welcome. So when the goblins, as it were, are at work in our psyche, we can believe that we're pieces of shit, or we're not good enough, or we're too much this, or too much that, or we're asking too much, or we're too sensitive, or we're not sensitive enough. We can just go into a lot of self-criticism because that negative voice is running. Okay, so that's the recent past. Hopefully, if you're anything like me, you went to kind of into your spiritual zone when all the goblins started talking to try to bring a little light and levity to all that heaviness that whatever event or events happened that triggered you into that space of believing you're not as great as you actually are. Hopefully you brought some light to that through your spiritual practice and got back to your center and are feeling better now. Did you do that? You're not bad if you didn't do it, but maybe do it because you'll feel better. Okay, the present moment, we're in the Details card, and I'm just going to straight up read what that puppy says. Oh boy. If there were a card that is like the theme of every mistake I've ever made in my life as a human being this time around, it's this card. Because this card basically says, like, don't be vague right now. Be specific and look closely at what's happening. Don't be like, I'm caught in a fantasy and I feel good, so I'm going to jump off this bridge with this rubber band around my ankles and just trust that it'll all be great. Oh, but I didn't research the company that's doing the bungee jumping, and then I die mid-bungee jump. I'm being theatrical to make a point, but you get the point I'm making. Details, details. Okay, the most powerful patterns are created within the tiniest details. Son of a bitch. I don't know about you, but I'm not a big detail fan. So this one's challenging for me and shows up all the time because I have to learn to be okay with details. Pay attention, it says. This is the time to be aware of the fine print in all areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's assigned to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, or add a personal touch to your correspondence. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before, not after, when it's too late. Clarity and transparency are key. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute body language, offhand remarks, and fleeting facial expressions that reveal the larger picture. So, as some of you of the woo-woo nature and variety of human that you might already know, January 30th, we enter a Mercury retrograde. So we're in now what's called the shadow period that happens before a Mercury retrograde, and it happens after a Mercury retrograde. So shadows are real fun. They're not. For me, and actually a client I was working with today, we were both talking about how it's like it can actually be worse in the shadow time sometimes, the time before the retrograde and the time after, because we're kind of merging into a retrograde. And during a retrograde, everything's supposed to slow down so that you can re-examine and sit with yourself and be with what's what and perceive what needs to be perceived and not be trudging forward so quickly. That's the point of them spiritually. But how they can show up in 3D reality is like computers stop working and no machines work and contracts get broken and you sign a thing but it doesn't work, or you buy a car and you turn it in, or whatever. So we're in the shadow period leading into a Mercury retrograde. So it's a really good time to pay attention to the fine print and not to just pull a Katie Rubin, this bitch, and just brash your way through things and then later go, ooh, I wish I had read the details on that. This present moment, pay attention to the details, take your time, breathe and relax. There is enough time. You don't have to rush. The outcome of all of this is the Solitude card, and let's read what they have to say about that. Solitude card says the following words. I am comfortable in my own skin as I detach to replenish my soul. Namaste. Alhamdulillah. Meditation is required when you receive the Solitude card as a sign. Empty your mind of superfluous thoughts and allow stillness to flow through your whole being. This is not an advantageous time to ask questions or push forward in any way. Rather, it's a period, that's what we were just talking about with the Mercury retrograde. And remember, this is the outcome card. The Solitude card is the outcome. This is like what's right around the corner for each of us. So what's right around the corner is solitude and these words about it. This is not an advantageous time to ask questions or push forward in any way. Rather, it's a period for conscious retreat. What's called for now is to step back and take your focus off of your life and your troubles. You'll be surprised by how things sort themselves out once you've replenished your energy by means of a much needed rest and time out. I don't know about you, but the introverted time of winter and just any kind of solitude time, introverted time, is challenging for me as a kind of go-getter, alpha kind of type of lady, where I'm always like, cool, what can we do today to make things better and move forward? What else is possible? Now what? And it's like sometimes now what is sit down and shut your mouth and just receive. Sometimes there is so much going on behind the scenes of our lives, in the subconscious, in the unconscious, in the cattail conscious, in the multidimensional realms, in the divine light, with the portals from the other dimensions, with the star beings, with the Christ light, with whoever. Sometimes there's so much going on with the cattail dimension that this right here, right now, 3D dimension needs to just move really slowly so that we can receive and be aware of the deep teachings that are coming to us from the deeper parts of our psyche and our spirit. So, take it easy. Pay attention to details. And once you've handled whatever details need to be handled, take a rest and trust. You know, I had a teacher once who used to say, when you need to make money, rest more and have more fun. Like if you're self-employed or you're looking for money to show up, rest more and have more fun. And then you'll find yourself being more abundant. Money flows into your reality. Why? Because the energy of joy creates and attracts the energy of money. And the energy of joy creates and attracts the energy of flow and abundance on all levels, not just in the form of money. Connection, community, happiness, freedom, all of that stuff. So my prayer for all of us this time around and this week is that we find the space to pay attention to the details and then take a minute to breathe deeply. Pet the cat that may or may not be on your lap. Rest. Allow winter to deepen you into the deepest parts of your soul and yourself, and just trust that more is coming right around the corner. Thank you guys for being here. Take care. Visit KatieRubin.com to book your healing session, your healing packages. Writing class is going to start up again soon. The week of January 27th, my 7-week online writing class where we channel our writing and we write in alignment together. And then we meet once a week for feedback from yours truly. That starts the week of January 27th. Check that out. Let me know if you have questions about that. I'll be leading a How to Read the Akashic Records class in February online. You can join from anywhere in the world. There'll be info on my website about that, KatieRubin.com. I have cat hair in my eyeball. She's sitting here on the, look at this. Can you see that? She's on the lap. And just by sitting here, her hair she's just shedding upward. I didn't know they could shed upward. Akashic Records class, what else? My next healing class, my next round of 7 weeks of online healing will start in, thinking about it, early February. Hop on that if you're interested, KatieRubin.com. I think that's it. I love you people. Take care of you. Don't listen to those goblins. Drink some water. Take a nap. Pet your cat. Hallelujah.